Hello, and welcome to Floss, Paper, Scissor. My name is Catherine.
Oh, and my name is Julie.
That's my mom.
That's my daughter.
And we are on adventure number, you totally just told me and I forgot. Nine. Welcome. We've missed you.
Yes.
There's been a moderate amount of things that have happened, but not really.
Yeah. I can't believe you can't even remember back 2 weeks, but...
well, you were under anesthesia, so there goes your memory.
Shortly, for a short amount of time. But the weekend before I had surgery, I kind of went on a cleaning frenzy in my office.
It was a bender.
Well...
A cleaning bender.
She said to my husband...
My dad.
Dad, is she like nesting or something? It was keeping my mind off of the fact I was having another surgery. But I had that the following Tuesday, and it went very well. I still can't put my hand much over my head, so my hair and my tops are kind of limited.
Going for loose fitting.
Yeah, I guess. But then the thumbs getting buttons wasn't very much fun either. I kind of got stuck. But
well, when you're done, you can just rip it off.
Yeah.
And pop the buttons.
Oh, we could do that.
Ew.
Not. But I did get a lot done. I was surprised. I was able to stitch in hand. I couldn't stitch with my scroll rod because I couldn't lift this arm really much for the first week. Now I can now, but I haven't tried in the scroll. But what I did do right after the show, I did do some work on moon deer.
I will hold that for
Thank you. The moon deer sampler. And I did that big leaf. It's good. I did the big leaf and down the side. And I did this one twice. You know, I wanted to go this way, but I did this one. Then I jumped down and I did that little motif and it wasn't lining up. And after much counting, I'm like, this one is wrong. So I had to take it out. So I'm glad I didn't go all the way around, all the way across and realize that would
have been like bad news bears for sure.
That would not be good. So counting and reading really are important with cross stitch.
And they are a struggle for most of us.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Most of us in this family, anyway.
We must have, it must be a gene.
It's genetic.
It's a bad gene.
Well,
but it was
that must have stopped with me because Bella's really good at that stuff.
Yeah, Bella's very good at math and counting.
And reading.
But not listening. She didn't get the listening gene.
No.
But, so that's the moon deer sampler. And it looks like
a pattern. Is my water cup empty?
No, I have water.
I panicked.
This.
I have nowhere to put it. Ooh.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be lovely.
Yeah. So I usually, after the last show, I stitched on it because I was all jazzed about it. And then I go, okay, I got to stop now. You know, otherwise I would stitch on that the whole time and that would be all I'd have to show.
I know a thing or two about that.
Yeah, I know. So I said, no, the green is cool. I'm going to stop. I'm a little apprehensive about adding that gold color in because there's 2 gold colors that I want to choose from. So
we'll have to see which one you go.
Yeah.
Because there is, you did deviate on all of the colors on that.
Yes.
Chose your own adventure.
Yes. I did.
And those color configurations are on my website, the igotyodesigns.shop, with the link to the floss tube on there. Has the color variations that she put in there.
And any changes that we do.
Yeah.
But you know, I learned, and I'll talk about it with one of the pieces I'm working on. You look at that hank, you know, you've got your skein of hanging
When you say
fibers.
hank, I think of my cow.
Oh, I think of Aaron's. He was a baseball player.
Oh.
Or Hank, the country music guy.
I named one of my cows Hank.
Yeah, that's true. Hank is an old phrase, I think, because I'm old.
From the days of Nor?
Your. But you look at the skein and you think, oh, that's going to be perfect. But you don't know how it's going to stitch out.
I know a thing or two about that,
Yeah, I mean... So for
I'm learning all the things the hard ways, these guys.
2 girls who really said we didn't get much done, we learned a lot.
Life lessons.
I learned a lot. And I thought I knew it all. Not. So, anyways, lots to show. I was really rather productive when I looked back. Didn't do much stitching, but I did a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
So, how have you been?
I've been good.
Good.
Keeping my own self busy with silly things. But speaking of after last episode, when you went all ham on your moon deer and then your cleaning bender of nesting, I remembered that I finished the I Love You a Latte and just I don't even know where it was and why it didn't end up in the video. Like, to be completely transparent. When
we shut the video all down, she goes, "Oh, I forgot about my cappuccino."
And I had no idea even where it was. So
whatever.
This was and I don't have the chart either. So.
Oh yes, you do.
This is Shannon Christine.
I
no, you didn't.
Oh, I thought I brought it up.
I don't know, but it's Shannon Christine, and it's called "I Love You a Latte," and from my memory, I did all the called for colors, and the fabric is called brownish.
No, it's called 28 count amber.
Oh, yeah. 28 count amber, aka brownish. So yeah, that's what that looks like.
Really, really cool.
And I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, and then my mom showed up.
When I was cleaning.
Came in clutch with this little paddle.
I think it goes the other way.
Oh, for decor purposes only.
That stumped me, because what else?
It's a cutting board, like a charcuterie board.
Well, it's wood. Why couldn't you charcuterie on it?
Well, because it's not food safe wood.
Oh.
I think you have to oil the wood to seal it so that it doesn't grow mold on your charcuterie.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to picture it like it's Sicily. It's going to go on...
on there.
If this was TikTok, I could do a transition video and go,
and then
it would be done. But
we're not on the top.
No, it'll be some effort. But yeah, I think it turned out really nice.
I do too, and I'm glad you didn't put the swirl on the strawberry.
Yeah, that back stitching.
It had some kind of drizzle on the strawberry.
Like a chocolate drizzle.
Yeah, white chocolate drizzle. Wasn't it white?
No, I don't. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm glad. I like it just the way it is. And I don't know what color you kind of thought, were you going to paint the board white?
I kind of wanted to do white because the brown will be a border around this.
Yeah.
So if we pictured it, that's my favorite saying, if you haven't figured that out yet.
She is a golden girl.
So pretend this isn't upside down. There'll be like the border of fabric around it, so I could do the board white.
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
And I think it'll be cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, you ironed it, and I just folded it.
That's all right. We had kind of faux fitted it around a piece of foam core.
I like it,
Which I cut all the foam core. Oh my gosh, did I cut a lot of foam core.
I did cut foam core. I cut a circle for my peacock, and I ended up the biggest circle I could cut. You looked at me funny. You're captivated.
What was it? I'm waiting to find.
It was 7.5 inches, and that's too big for my peacock. My peacock is probably 6 inches.
Did you bring your peacock?
No, I did not.
Oh.
So what I did, I'll just tell you. I rough fitted it around said circle with a few little pins and pinned the back and made it look octagonal because it was just a rough estimate to see if it would fit on an old tarnished plate.
We found an old tarnished plate, round plate at the thrift store.
And I think that would be really cool for somebody else.
Yeah. She sent me the picture and I go, oh, love it. And she goes, well, it's really not my vibe. And I'm like, this is true.
It's not.
It looked beautiful.
And
that
if I
tarnished
had,
because it had blue.
Yeah, and if I had mounted it smaller, like a tighter fit to the image, and then put it on the plate, it would look stunning, but not for me.
Yeah.
It just would be super duper out of place in my house.
Yeah. But then me trying to solve everything, because that's what Mom's tried to do. I'm like, well, we could look for a blue plate or a yellow plate. Maybe we could do a clear plate. You know those plates? This is all in a text. A clear plate with the little clear balls on it, And we could do, I'm using all the words, all the descriptions so she could picture it. And she comes back and she goes, don't think I want it on a plate. Good night.
Well, the good night came and I'm like, I either pissed her off or it was too late for her to continue this conversation. No. So,
but
that's why the peacock stayed at home.
Yeah,
I didn't want to give her any room for ideas.
Well, you kind of we're looking for frames, round frames, 7-inch round frames are hard to find. Mm-hmm. We talked about matting it. So, yeah, a lot of thought went into that. And then, whoop, break down the drain. So, but if you're not going to use said plate, can I
might just put the plate somewhere.
Oh, darn. That was a really cool plate.
Okay, you can have the plate back temporarily.
Okay. The plate for the wood bowl we'll swap.
Okay. That's a good plan.
Well, thank God now I can sleep. Because,
Because that problem's been solved.
So, look at what you
I was
finished.
just prepping because I knew you weren't going to need the board.
Well, go ahead and then
okay. I'm not ready.
This turned out beautiful.
Okay, this is like going to be my ta-da moment because I kind of was singularly focused after our last video because I wanted to finish this. So I did.
Beautiful.
This is called Easter Garden by Anna Gutova, I think is how you pronounce it, from Artmishk. Is that something?
We'll have it in the show notes.
Yeah, it was a free handout that I had, or like a free chart on her Facebook page that I had gotten. And I printed it out and I think I misplaced the paper and I didn't think to print a new one.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I don't think things through too well, but isn't it pretty?
It is beautiful.
I did not iron it and I had it in an urge.
Well, and before you just had like the main serpentine leaf.
Yeah, I just had.
It looked like a copperhead snake.
I just had that part done at our last episode. Yeah. You can fact check me on that one.
All the stitches.
And I think I've decided that I'm gifting this to my daughter. I don't know how she feels about it.
Well, we talked about that earlier. Bella's just not like. I think Bella might have looked at it and thought, well, that's cool, but you should have done it like in camouflage because, and then she goes, well, it's for Easter. And as she thought about it, 19-year-olds don't really think about decorating in the future.
No.
So,
I mean, I didn't.
But she was kind of excited about it when the topic came up again.
Yeah,
so.
She did eagerly share the information that she was getting it, so she might like it. We'll see what happens when it's finished.
Are we framing it, or are we foam coring it, or what do you think we're going to do with that?
Well, I thought
because egg shapes are going to be in. I got an egg shaped one coming up.
I had a brief idea that I wanted to make it eggish shaped.
Okay.
But so my first cross stitch thing that I had hanging in my apartment when I moved out was one of those double padded with a wire thing and and it said for all good things give thanks, right? Mm-hmm. And I kept it up year round. So I want to finish it like that so it can just be like hung on a doorknob. Because if they end up in an apartment, they might be hesitant to put like nails in things to hang it, or they might not have counter space because I know they both have collectible items that aren't
so
Easter.
Could hang on a doorknob somewhere. Or hang on a nail if they did choose.
Or, it could hang on their bathroom doorknob. It doesn't matter.
That's cool.
But I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
And I can maybe figure out how to make a egg shape now.
Yeah. I did from Satsuma Street. I did Egg Hunt, and that is next to be done. So I will have some knowledge of an egg shape. I want to share something. I saw somewhere on social media.
Am I in trouble?
No.
Oh. Okay.
They actually laid this on the copier and took a copy of it.
Oh, I did that with my mitten.
Yeah. Then you can add your allowance rather than just raw cut it and think, God, I hope that's enough. You can actually then trace around your seam allowance and then add. That's what I'm going to do when I do the animal crackers. Because you can then play with how intricate you want your shape to be. But I thought that was a really cool idea to make a photocopy of your piece.
That is pretty cool.
Beautiful.
And I have a photocopier at home.
I do too.
2 of them, actually.
That's very pretty, Catherine.
I didn't realize my other printer made copies too.
Oh, cool.
So anyway,
very nice.
That's what that is. It was on fabric. 28 count cornflower Joblin. And I used DMC Color Variations. It's a variegated line, and it's 4215.
Because she ran out because you need 2 skeins.
2 skeins. One is not enough because I didn't even waste. I was like super conservative with it. Because sometimes I'm wasteful if I'm like, whatever, not going to keep that chunk. But I was not wasteful, and I ran out, and I was...
And I didn't have a backup.
Headed to the store.
Yeah, luckily they had it.
Oh, it was the last one, and you know what? It wasn't even in its own bin.
Yeah.
It was in the bin next to it, because I was like, oh my gosh. And then I looked and like, wait, that doesn't belong. And it happened to be there. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have been going to a different town.
Yeah, you're right.
I know. I was there. Of course I'm right. I lived that moment.
Well, I did finish one thing, which is really silly. It's something that I found when I was cleaning my drawer. It's something I didn't know I had. I don't remember stitching, and I didn't know who it was. Who we have since found out it's Lizzy Kate. It was a free chart.
Oh, I love those.
So I finished it. And you haven't asked me yet, hey, that's a really cool round. How'd you make that round, Mom?
Because I know. Mom, how'd you make that round? It wasn't with my round cutter.
No.
So you must have done something else. Was it a peanut butter jar?
Well, the thing is I didn't have a metal form. And I'm like, oh, I need a round circle cutter. That's at Catherine's. Who's the one that does the finishing? I think I need to have some custody of that upcoming. Or it was just a fluke. Made the round, had to have my guy cut it with his man hands and his special scissor he pulled out of some sheath, out of a drawer. He has like a special...
What is it, wood?
No, it's mat board, which is quite thick.
Yeah.
But I have the strength to cut it, but because I can't have anything across.
Did he use a compass?
No, I cut the circle.
Those little things?
No, I cut the circle. I traced the circle, but I went out there with my scissor and I said, could you help me with this? And he goes, sure. And he went over to a drawer and he pulled it out. He pulled out this big leather sheath and pulled out this scissor. And I'm like, whoa.
His scissors fit in his sheath?
Yeah.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
They didn't snap closed though. So this is what I did. It's on 28 count, I guess, natural, and it's stitched with overdyes. I'm sure sampler because I wasn't a weeks person. This is like 100 years ago.
I don't think it was 100.
And then I thought, was there something to be? I tried making it a square and it looked awkward. And so I just sewed some little buttons. So I got lost in button land. Oh, I didn't know I had so many pink old ones to choose from. Then I ordered ribbons, silk ribbons in pink. None of them matched. So I went back to the cocoa, which isn't brown. It's this red. And then this is the fabric, the universal fabric we got.
Which is way more, I would call it mauve-y.
Yeah.
Or pinky in real life than it is on the...
Yeah, it's showing quite barnish. Like barn reddish, but it's not. But I padded it, 2 circles, glued them together, and then I ruched last night, which I had...
Did you watch the lovely tutorial on YouTube?
No, I kind of know the gal that did it. So we do have a ruching tutorial down below as one of our... What are they called? Tutorials.
Finishing Frenzy.
Finishing Frenzy tutorials. But yeah, I think it's rather cute.
I do
so
too.
now I have something I didn't know I had. Didn't know who it was. Now it's finished and I don't know where to put it.
It's a strawberry cookie.
Yeah. So I'm sure when I get my tier going, I could tuck it in there.
Are you going to get one?
I have one downstairs, but it's very rustic and I love it, but it's not very big. Yours is 3 tier, mine is 2, and it doesn't hold a lot. It's down in the bonus room, a.k.a. the elliptical room, a.k.a. the coat rack.
It used to be the bar.
Yeah. So I did that. These are the ribbons that I bought as a delightful delivery.
They're very pretty.
They are, and not one of them matched.
I really like this color.
Yeah, aren't they cool? This is from Thread Nanny, and I got them on the Amazon. So they'll be in the link. We have a product link on her website. If any of these things that we get you like, that's the item to order if you'd like. So
for sure.
So now what?
Well, because I was singularly focused on cross-stitching just my egg, I also did like some non-cross-stitch projects that have since gone to their lovely owners and are not able to be shown. But I do have a couple of things.
And what were they? What did you do?
I put the names, like first names of kids on the backs of their volleyball shirts for the elementary school for a couple of kids that wanted them. And then I did a t-shirt, and I'm working on some luggage tags for some custom orders. And I've been working on a design for a ball cap for someone. So I was doing that. But I did buy some beads, which I wore my shirt, my Somebody's Problem shirt from Nashville, because one of the things that I did buy that I'm going to turn into keychains is some more silicone beads. And this one, it says, I've got 99 problems and I caused all of them. So I have keychains that I take with to vendor events. They're not yet on my website. I'm thinking about it, but there's so many that I just haven't gotten around to it.
So many styles to choose from.
So I got that one, and then I got this one, which it's funny because I have this tote bag that I have been using. It's got my business on it, and I put on the back that I'm not bossy, I'm aggressively helpful. And when I was shopping for beads, I happened to find one that says, not bossy, just aggressively helpful. Cute. So I got that one too.
I love those beads. They're so cool.
They are. They're really fun. And then
we have the keychains. We put our car fobs on them. It's great because they're silicone, so they don't slide out of your pocket. Mm-hmm. And you can always find them in your purse, because I always keep mine in my purse. And Tom keeps his on the...
and they're a decent size. They're just a little, like a 3-inch stick.
And the kids, the ones that are kind of more kid or novelty type, the kids put them on their backpacks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's got some naughty ones. It was so funny.
Inappropriate ones.
When we were at that, at Welcome Stitchery for her welcome weekend, this little boy was looking at, his mom was shopping cross stitch, and he was looking and he goes, what does F... You and Catherine goes, oh, I'll take that one. And she goes, obviously just learned how to spell.
He's like,
he's trying to sound it out.
And I'm like, someone redirect this child. I was like, what's happening? And my friend did step in, and she was like, let's go over here, buddy. But yeah.
But they're fun. They're fun.
And then I also I've been asked a couple times for corgis, and unfortunately,
I thought you said quirkies.
Corgis. And unfortunately, there's very limited corgi beads. So I did land myself with these two guys.
Although they've got tuxedos on.
They're like handsome fellas. I don't know. They have bow ties, roses in their mouths. We'll see. It might work. It might not. But
because that's what I think of when I think of a corgi, is a well-dressed dog.
I know, a little handsome fella. So
that's so
I did
funny.
some little bit of shopping, and I had got those because I was gonna restock. But yeah, so I got that. But then the other thing that I spent a considerable amount of time on was my quilt that I'm making. So I'm making a t-shirt quilt, but it's a t-shirt rag style quilt out of all of my daughter's dance and sports shirts, and they range in size from like 2T all the way up to like adult large. And so I didn't want to go with the typical sizing of having them all be the same size square, so I cut them into smaller sizes. And I don't even know where I put it. I got this stuff, Heat and Bond Ultra Hold, because it's going to be attached to a piece of flannel and then sewn to another piece of flannel. And so I put all of it on there, and it has this paper backing that I'll have to take off before I fuse it to the other flannels. So I brought just 2 of them to show that I actually did that.
That's cool.
Because I know when I talked about it last time, a couple people were like, make sure you use interfacing. And I did a little bit, like this much research. And then decided to go with this. So
well, and that's because all the t-shirts are knit. So you don't want them losing their shape and stretching and, you know, trying to top stitch or anything. Yeah. I'm still trying to process all this. I've made a rag quilt. And so I know the process. But I said... She goes, oh, I did that. And I said, well, bring them. And she goes, no. And I go, yeah, that's what you did. I mean, that's your adventure. You've got lots of different
See, it'll be like this.
Creative things.
It'll be sewn together like that.
Got it now. With a flannel as well.
With a flannel layer underneath it. Well, 2 flannel layers.
To see it.
But, so yeah, it was a learning process. I did have a silicone applique pad that I did it so that I could make these be the shape they needed to be and stick there while I pressed on them. But I did discover that as I'm finishing, I'm like using an iron, and I'm like, you know, I have like 3 heat presses at my house.
Yeah, you do.
And I totally could have put the silicone pad on my heat press and just been like 2 seconds and we're done, because that's what it needs is 2 seconds. But I used an iron and I did it by hand. But the next round, we're using the heat press because it needs to be pressed for 8 seconds. And some of them are pretty big, but some of them are also really small. So,
well, it's a learning process.
Like we'll see how it goes.
Way cool.
And these 2 coordinated. Most of mine coordinate with their partners.
All the t-shirts when you've got, 15 years of dance. Well, I was creative.
Ooh.
This is my wow.
I really like that.
I did this little chip.
Want me to hold it?
Again, didn't know I had it. Don't know where it's from. It's stitched on, I would say, a 32 count. And it is rather insignificant. But
don't say that.
This cross stitching is just like, I don't even know why I did it. It was cute. Yeah. So then I had my guy cut a chunk of wood, and I said, I'll take 3 thick. Well, then when he brought it, I'm like, well, that is a little overkill.
Yeah, but it's adorable. And then Tell us what you did.
Well, I painted it that neutral color that kind of looked like the chicks. And then I had adhered the ribbon, or the antique lace, crocheted lace, the ribbon, and then the lace. Then I wanted just a little knob on top, but I thought, I want to do a disc. So I painted the disc a shade of that color. And when I put it on the first hole he had drilled, because I told in my block tutorial, we have a block tutorial, to put the knob hole in the center of the block. Well, he did. However, when I put the knob in with the disc, it looked way wrong because I did not account for this little bit of padding, this 1/4 inch. And I thought, have I screwed up all my things? Had to take a picture. We were on a video chat. And
that was nauseating.
Yeah, well, because I'm talking about it, and she goes, well, you want to show me the piece? Because I didn't have the camera.
I was looking at the ironing board with nothing on it.
So he said, I can drill another hole if you want. Catherine said, I think it's just fine. And then Tom said, yeah, I think it's just fine. And I'm like, okay, it's just fine. And then I'm like, no. Because there's one thing I hate, and I told this to Tom for this, is I didn't want to create a yabbit design.
I don't like yabbuts.
So someone will go, oh my gosh, that's adorable. And I go, yeah, but look, it's not centered. No. Yeah, but I should have done a different color. Yeah, but there's a crease on this side. So I told Tom, I'm thinking about that, and I don't want a yabbit. And so he re-drilled another hole, and I feel good about it. The bottom is a candle holder from the hoblob.
Ooh, it holds candles.
Yep. And to glue that, I put E6000 around the edge, and I put a dollop. Well, I guess that would be whipped cream. I put a dab of
That's
glue.
sour cream. A dollop of daisy.
Yeah, and so the hot glue instantly held it while the rest of the glue set overnight. And I did put a can of green beans. I believe it was a 14.5 ounce can.
Was it the recalled green beans?
No, on top.
That's good.
So really, really, really happy with this. I think it turned out really cute. Don't know where I'm gonna put it, but didn't it turn out cute?
I think you should put it on the little table in the middle of the living room over there.
Over there? We could try that. I still have my Valentine's stuff up.
Nobody knows if you don't tell them.
Oh, okay.
Rewind.
Well, should I do Valentine's?
If you want, you brought it up.
Okay.
How are we going to hold these?
L.
No, we're not. Nope.
She won't let me say.
Nope. Mom?
L. We'll put that over here.
No, we're not going to put L over there. We're going to put L over here where the L belongs.
Oh, and then we go O.
Oh.
And then we do V.
You're on your own. I only have 2 hands. Nice try, though.
Oh, and this arm, E. L-O-V-E.
E's going to have to get dropped because you can't go up that high.
Yeah.
Put your arm down.
Arm.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
And they have, and these are centered in the wood block, and they don't look odd at all. And I think, Tom said, I think it's just because that peach disc drew attention, that big disc drew attention, that it wasn't in the middle of the chicky one. But these, I think, were cute as could be. So, now, with these.
These are Needle Bling Designs Love Squared. She lost the chart.
I cannot find the chart anywhere, but we've referenced it for weeks. So, love it.
Something on there. Move your hand.
Oh, it's a glue pooty.
Oh, like who?
A glue string. Yeah. White rickrack around the edge. Don't show the bottom. Oh, I don't show the bottom because they didn't line up on one of them.
I'm not showing the bottom. I'm showing the top.
Yeah. I really, really like them. But here's the thing I learned. I'm a nut about red. I like my reds. And when you go to the craft store, you can get folk art, barn red, burgundy, hot red, lipstick red, red, fire red, all the reds. None of them are the red that I like. So what I did was...
Did you make your own red?
Well, I was going to go ahead. What are you doing? Well, you're not going to try to
worry about your own self.
I'm nervous about this. Oh, you are brave. Oh,
love.
Look at all the love. I had to paint quite a few of them. So it's like, what color red? If I were to mix it like on my paper plate, like a mad scientist, I would see that, love that color, paint them all. How are you going to recreate that when you're mix and matching? So I thought I could take a whole bottle of red and a whole bottle of burgundy and mix them together. Well, then when you're waiting in between coats, what do you do with that? We didn't have a spare jar. I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to be so smart, and I'm just going to go to the depot they call home and bring my 498 skein of thread width and have them color match it. Wouldn't that be brilliant?
Light bulb.
Yeah. If you had said employee that can color match off a chip of paint, but obviously not a skein. He was blown by the fact it wasn't a, thumbnail chip of paint. So he said, you'll have to just pick one out of the colors.
Dumb.
Out of 13 reds, this is the one we got.
It's a good red.
It's a good red. I do really love the red.
Do you remember what it was called?
No, it's downstairs.
Is it bear paint?
Yeah, it's bear paint. Mm-hmm. So, happy as a clam, right? Till I got home. It took 3 coats. It streaked.
Really?
It was thin. Now, I got a sample jar. You can get sample jars for $6.83. And I'm like, is that just a fake jar of paint? Nope. It was eggshell bear paint. But it's like, why is this taking so much coatage?
Yeah.
Craft paint, 1, sand, 1, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Good coverage, dries quickly. This was just, I was not happy. And
did you prime it first?
No, I painted it first, and then that raised the nap. I sanded it all down, and then I painted it again. Then I painted it a third time. And I'm like, it's not going in the Smithsonian. But I thought that would be the sure ticket. Yeah. And I'm not really sure if it was. But the options of when you need a lot of paint, it's like, I don't know what else I would have done. I've got the can saved. I'll use it, I'm sure, many times. But I really thought that would have been great.
When I get their paint, I get the Marquee, within their line of paint, they have different levels of quality. And I think the sample cans are on your lower end generic wall paint. Yeah. So like when I got my like house paint, I usually gravitate towards the Marquee paint, which is a really thick paint.
That makes sense now, because the paint, if I would have gotten a quart, I could have probably got a better grade paint than the sample.
I think that's probably why you were disappointed.
Yeah. But I love the color. So, and I will use it again, but I thought this would be just a slap on sand, slap on, you're done. And it wasn't.
It was not.
It was not. So I was real happy. Oh, am I moving the table again?
Bit.
I was real happy about that. So, yeah. Don't know where I'm going to put them. Well, I could put them up now because all my Valentine stuff is still up. So.
Yeah, you could.
But Easter will come out this week, I'm sure.
Well, my Easter's on its way out. I got Easter stuff pulled.
Do you?
I even brought some with.
Oh, yes, please do.
So these are not new, but I did buy more wreath forms to make additional ones because I have a friend that I was going to make some for. But these are, this is one of my Easter wreaths. It's a Easter bunny wreath form from the 5 Quarters and More store. And
inflation.
Prices went up, you guys. It's not just 5 quarters. Now they have something that's $1.75 for all of the aluminum things.
Yes. So it's the 5 Quarter and More store.
And they have a $3 and $5 aisle, so now it's the 5 Quarters and More. But anyway, so I don't know the actual pricing that I paid for these, but I was overwhelmed.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are they wood or are they metal?
No,
wire?
It's a metal wreath form.
Oh, they're just wire.
The wire wreath forms from the 5 Quarter and More store. And then these are snack bags. Like they go like this, and you're supposed to fill them with candies. But I wrapped it in jute, and then I put these over the ears to make this bunny. Please hold.
Yes.
And then I made another bunny. Oh, look how cute we are. Jeez.
Cute.
This one is jute up here, and this is macrame cotton roping. Mm-hmm. And then this is my poor attempt at a bow that's now squished because
they were stacked.
I stacked them. But anyway, so these are mine.
They're
Easter
cute.
bunnies. And I hang it on my front door.
Way cute.
And this on my back door.
Adorable.
Adorable. I don't know. I think they're cute.
They're
They're a cheap decoration, and it's a craft, so it stimulates your brain, and you get something cute in the end.
Yeah, they're really cute. I had forgotten what they looked like.
Yeah. But I pulled them out because I'm ready to put them up. My variegated egg got me in the mood for Easter.
Yep. Which is
coming up.
Yeah, coming up. Not sure when. Late. I think it's late this year. So
would now be a good time to tell you that I happened to buy a whole case of these.
Didn't you buy those last year?
Yeah.
A case of them?
I'm going to make a sunflower.
Oh, yep.
For my fence.
That's what it was. For her outdoor fence. Yeah. How creative. That. Love that adventure.
I have my moments.
Yeah.
What else do you have? I have these things left to show.
I
don't know what you have left to show.
Well, when I got done with my surgery, I wanted to stitch. I didn't stitch that night, but I did this Wednesday night I wanted to stitch something, knowing I probably wouldn't be able to use a scroll rod. I went to my archives. I had started these. And
they're so cute and nostalgic.
Yes. So I finished him.
Oh, he's so cute.
He is so cute.
Hi, my name is Santa.
And I even finished Mrs.
Oh, hi, my name is Mrs. Santa. She does look good with your changes.
Yeah, I changed. Surprise. Her mittens were green. Her belt was green. Her pom-poms on the bottom of her dress were green. Her buttons were green. And I just didn't want green. So I went ahead and I changed the belt to black and the buttons to black, not knowing, do I want her to have black mittens? And what about that ball fringe? Black would look dumb hanging. So I just put all the empty spots that were supposed to be the balls, I filled them in with red. Now she's supposed to have glasses, and they were stitched in gold. Yeah, they were stitched in gold. And his ball on top his puffy ball was supposed to be stitched gold. The 3828 gold. And I'm like,
I bet they were just replicating this.
I know, but I didn't like that.
That's fine.
So
it's your project.
I went to put her glasses on, and I used the gray of the skate blades, and it looked silly.
Yeah.
So Santa said, "Don't worry, honey, I'll pay for LASIK." So
I'm so sure that's what he said.
Merry Christmas, dear. So
you have eye surgery.
That's why she's so happy and is skating outside.
You went straight to eyes, not like, "Hi, honey, I'll buy you some contacts."
No, LASIK. He had a good year.
Oh my goodness.
So I really like them. Wasn't too sure about having the fur was like snowflake, and then the hair was supposed to be B52, and I'm like, they're the same color. So I did the fur in the snowflake and the hair in 3865. It doesn't really show the difference.
You just did some simplifications.
Yeah. What's wrong with my voice?
It's on 32 count Lugana in the color Stormy Night. You had your Santa voice on still.
No, the thing is I started a new blood pressure med, and today I've noticed that my mouth is really dry.
Well, that might be good for people who don't drink enough water.
I know. So I don't know. I'm just a little,
I do.
Yeah. But I have a really cool. I really have laid many nights thinking of how I want to finish this. So hopefully next time we do a movie, I'll have them done. I'm trying to be so creative. With this one, I said, "Oh, Catherine, I'm going to put polka dots on the back or stripes." And then when I tried it on a piece of paper, I'm like, what are you doing?
From the beginning, I thought you were cracked in the head when you said you were going to paint polka dots. I just let that run its course because I knew you wouldn't do it.
Well, I just got a little out of my head thinking, oh, I'm going to do all this.
Maybe that was part of your nesting experience.
Maybe. It was a weird phase. I'm glad it's kind of calmed down because I
Me
almost
too.
didn't even know my own self.
Yeah, you were something.
And no one did a well check on me or anything.
You were perfectly fine cleaning your office. We checked on you. You were fine.
I was in there 3 days.
She cleaned a lot. She organized and she felt good about it. And it kept her occupied.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I think almost anyone in the world can relate. You just need something to hyper fixate on.
Yeah, rather than the surgery.
Rather than the fear of an upcoming procedure.
Yeah. But man, I found all the things. I found that I had a shaker box.
She found a lot of things.
With a lid that I am now going to use to put my animal crackers in.
Ooh.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
Yes. And I found that I have way too much flippin' ribbon. Oh my God. It's like an under the bed box of ribbon. So Yeah, and buttons. Don't anybody ever buy a button again in this house. So, speaking of buttons, I had heard you were attempting this, and then I didn't hear from her. You said you were going to attempt it, and then I didn't hear from her for an entire day. And I thought, I'm just going to let that set. She'll contact me when she's good.
So I did Well Hello There by Hands On Designs. So they look like these.
All the months.
I did all of the months because I'm not compulsive at all.
This was one of the...
This was the first thing.
The very first thing that you did?
So, yeah. So I did the months, and I'm just going to like rapid fire show them because, okay, also, it's not a yeah but. It adds character.
Oh, okay.
So some of the buttons will be not placed appropriately, and y'all can just get over it.
Well, like what? You put it up in the upper... Oh, me! Hello, January.
February.
Oh, hello, February.
March.
Oh, look at that. Hello, March.
April.
Slow your roll.
Why?
Because they're cute. They need to be viewed.
April. May.
Hello, May. And you put these on with that clear, hideous blending filament?
With that clear string from hell.
Yeah.
Hello, June.
Hello, June. That's me. That's my month. Oh, that's cute.
And then July.
Hello, July. Ah.
This was a multi-day process, by the way.
Yes.
I did, this is August.
Cute.
I did 3 of them, and then my friend had to come over for moral support because I needed body doubling. I needed her to just sit in the chair while I did it.
That works best for you.
Yeah, and then I got 3 more done. And so I got 6 done, and then the next day I painstakingly did the other 6, and I only swore twice.
That's not bad.
September. October.
Cute.
Looking at them with fresh eyes, they did pretty good.
November. I'm looking for a button here for me to say, what did you do?
They're just not as perfect as I'd have liked.
Oh.
And December is a shit show.
There's no yeah buts in any of that. They're beautiful. And then how are you going to finish them, Catherine?
So I had hoped to be further in the process and would have brought them already mounted on the foam core, but let's just be real here. The sewing of the buttons was excruciating.
Yeah.
And I have foam core cut for all of them.
But we cut them 2 different sizes.
Well, they're actually like 3 different sizes. There's the bulk of them are a variation of 2 different sizes, and then there's one that is a different because the design is just way off. But so I have multiple sizes, and there is no rhyme or reason to it other than those sizes fit these designs.
Right.
And these are going to be mounted on 1 thick of a block, just 1 thickness. And I think the block is going to be slightly larger than the foam. And then I'm just going to command strip them to the wall in a collage.
In your office?
In my office with no rhyme or reason.
So you're not putting them in order?
No.
Like January, February,
no.
March? No, just any old way.
It's going to be just however they look cutest to you. Mod Podge together on the wall.
When you have them inset with wood all the way around, are you going to ruche the edges, rip-rack the edges, rag strip the edges? Have we talked about that?
Thank you for asking. I'm so glad that you asked. That is a problem for future, Catherine. I really just think I'm going to go as the spirit moves me.
Yeah.
So, like, I got all the buttons done. Now they're going to go on foam core. When they're all on foam core, I'll decide what the next step is. But, yeah. So, that is my... Where's the pattern?
Well, we might have to decide the all the way around, because I also stretched the sheep heap, the Tired Trio, which is the sloths. I stretched those, and I've not yet, we cut the template for that wood, but they will be inset, and you have to judge how wide your ruching is going to be to know how much wood you want to show. So there has to be a little bit
I know.
of that. Yeah.
I have 12 months of stretch mounting to do before I need to decide that.
That's true.
And look how long it took me to get this far.
How many people are going to have to shadow sit with you for that?
I don't know.
Yeah. And it doesn't
But
matter.
that thing I'll probably be completely fine with that.
Yeah, buttons were.
This was so mentally draining. That sounds so sad, that sewing a button, but they were little buttons and little holes, and you had to get 5 of them in a row. See, they're crooked.
Oh, but you don't focus. I don't focus in on that.
And then the clay buttons had really small holes in them, and it was a lot.
It was rather intense.
And I didn't like that. As someone who's not super precise, like, I like things to be perfect-ish. Mm-hmm. So, like, some things have to be perfect. Other things, like, my shelves need to be straight on the wall. Mm-hmm. Other things, whatever. Yeah. But this, I felt like, had to be straight, and it just was so frustrating.
That would be very hard. I know on this, too, my little button is further away than I wanted it to be. But I'm like, oh, well.
But that adds character.
Yeah, that's right. It adds character.
Mine have so much character in them now.
Very good. Very good.
I told you, I needed to do them all by my own self. I didn't want any help.
No, we tried that over here. It was not good. It was not good.
Took a really long time, though. I 0 out of 10 don't recommend using whatever that clear fish wire filament stuff was. What are you looking for? Did you lose something?
Well, I typed up
Here's your
program.
It's literally
it's right
here.
there. I just wanted to make sure that we were following whatever we had, so I didn't forget anything. Okay.
That's all. That's the extent of your notes.
Yeah, there wasn't much. I don't know.
What's that?
That's another. Here, I'll show it. It's off-centered. It's the best I could do. This.
Ooh,
isn't that cool? I just thought, whoa, wait! I saw it on social media.
That's a new generic term that Mom is using, because it doesn't matter where you found it. Like, if it was like Instagram, Facebook, like on a reel, on Etsy, it was on social media somewhere.
I can't remember where it was.
Because sometimes you see it and then you get it and then you're like, move on with your life.
Well, this is from Stitch and Bloom. It was on Facebook. Stitch and Bloom is a Facebook page. And she has all of these things that when you click on the picture, you can you can buy a PDF download. So I got the pattern for it. And I just don't know why I thought that was so cool. Just like that yin and yang thing I sent you was all swirly and scrolly, but that's a new designer to me. I did not know about, and I was just really thrilled to do this as a delightful download. So I think I'm gonna do mine in red.
What? Red?
Yeah.
I'm shooketh.
They did it red. In 803 baby blue. But I wanted to
I thought it was done in black.
Well, no, it's a photo.
I know, but I've only seen it in black. I thought it was pretty in black.
Yeah. No, this was, I think I'm going to do it in red. I just thought it was, again,
Wait, are you going to use, like,
natural colored fabric too?
No, I might use something.
Not white.
No, I won't use white. Maybe I'll do, I don't know, something like a taupe or something.
That's
natural.
I don't know. See?
I just
put you right in the circle there. Taupe is also natural.
I just liked it. I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to just share this new designer, new to me. I thought she had some really cute things.
She does.
Yep. And also, when I ordered this, I got a blood pressure cuff too. They want to buy one, get one free. And that was pretty delightful to get.
Yes.
Yep. But this is what. Hello, Maggie.
The mouse?
My old friend. Yeah. And darn
She's not
it,
a mouse.
I left it in the other room. Darn.
What?
Okay, so I have seen Maggie has been on social media all over the place. She's all over. She gets around. She changes her clothes. She's got pink. I've seen her sweater in pink. I've seen her sweater in blue. I've seen
Animal
her
Cracker Series, Maggie made by Stacey Nash.
I've seen her with lighter fur. Not the called for charcoal. This is charcoal. And when I went to start her, you know what I thought? You've got to be kidding me. I'll show you after when we sign off. That I'm like, now I know why people maybe changed the color of her.
Because she's so dark?
Well, I pulled the charcoal out and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. It was this dark muddish green that went into like a shade of blue into some gray. And
she's
I'm
green?
like, look at it.
She's a green bunny?
And I'm like, this isn't what you stitch her in.
Oh. Is it?
And I'm like, now I know why people changed the color of the bunny, because they thought there's no way I'm stitching it in this color when you look at the hank.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the full skein and you're like, no way is that.
That tracks.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I was fresh off the meds and I'm like, I'm just going to go with the rules, you know.
Rulesy Julesy, living up to her name.
And I started it and I'm like, that's the way Mona's looked.
Yeah.
And I liked that look.
It's
so
cute.
then when I came,
it makes more sense then why the dress is that the sweater is yellow.
Yeah. So
in my brain anyway.
I'm like, well, the sweater is Scheneckley or something. And I'm like, am I going to do it blue? Because I wanted to do it the blue because she's got bits of blue in her dress and she's got blue shoes on or blue socks or something.
Blue shoes.
And I'm like, no, I'm going to do what the pattern says. So I got a little bit of her sweater started.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just really digging this.
I think she's cute. As someone who thinks these are ugly.
Her.
I don't like them at all. And I thought this was a mouse. So, it's not a mouse. It's a bunny. And it's actually kind of cute.
I'm anxious because
would have been better as a mouse.
When I was on social media, I saw Penny. It was a chicken with an apron on. Remember I posted that in the group? Did you see that? I'm like, I need that. It must be an old one because I can't find it anywhere.
Penny?
Yeah. So I got looking and I've seen a bunch of cat animal crackers and I don't care for those, but I kind of fell in love with Clementine. She has got a quilty printed dress on.
Is that also a chicken?
No, a cat.
Oh.
And you know I don't care for cats. I love people who love cats.
I'm allergic.
But I don't care for cats. Ooh, table sliding again. So yeah, this is what I've stitched on the last few nights. So I think my jam is stitching in hand. So I thought, well, being that I finished some things, my thought process is you've got to go to your archive basket and pull something out to finish. So I went in this morning and I thought I'm going to...
Oh, I forgot you were doing that.
I'm going to finish the Lucy Beam Mary Snowman. And I'm stitching it on 28 count pushers. What the heck is that called? Cerulean. Cerulean.
Cerulean.
It's a Lapin loops. Linen. And as you can tell, don't judge.
I'm not judging, it's just giggling.
I gotta finish it. Or maybe I should start it.
Is that even the right direction?
Yeah. It's his hat.
Oh.
So it's not like, oh, I'll finish this up.
Why would you pick to do this? You don't like stitching in white.
No, but I do like snowmen.
It's literally all white.
But you know what? That works for me now with, I forgot to tell you, I'm stitching it over 1. Is that what the bag
Are you
says?
insane?
I don't know, but I'm...
Yeah, 1 over 1.
What am I thinking of?
I don't really know.
Oh, man, maybe...
It's going to be itty bitty.
Maybe it'll have to go back in the archive bin.
Good luck.
Because I'm looking like thinking, holy crap, look at those stitches.
I have my contacts in, so I can't see anything up close.
Holy crap, you guys, look at those stitches.
It's going to be 2.5 by 2.57.
What was I thinking?
You just wanted a little guy, apparently. You could make him into a magnet for your refrigerador.
For my refrigerator?
Refrigerador.
What am I going to do? What was
How
I
are you going to
thinking?
find buttons that little?
Oh, I've got buttons that little.
She's got buttons that little.
I found them
Jeez.
down when I was going. You know what? This is how organized I was. I pulled out, those photo boxes that you can buy with the dividers. I had 8 of them underneath on the back shelf under my counter.
Yeah.
And one of them said metal forms. So I'm like, hey, what's in here? And I pulled it out. All these metal rounds, big buttons, ball buttons, all of them. So yeah, I've got no problem mounting it. It's just going to be able to see it.
Don't lose your black string. Your string fell.
Oh, I might have to wreath. Wow.
That little bag is going right back to where it came from, guys.
No, I want to finish. I want to finish one.
Let's see if it comes into the next episode.
Because I want to keep starting. I found all these cute things, and I'm real sorry. I'm really stuck on these animal crackers. It's gonna be.
If you like it,
you
do
love
it.
me anyways.
Yeah, always.
Okay, crackers are
because I want to, not because I have to.
Thank you.
So I have 2 little guys that I.
What was that? Your phone.
I knocked my phone over.
Bead.
I got these down at the shop, and I featured them as like new patterns that I bought, and I thought since it was Easter that I would start them. So this one is Lizzy Kate Quicket. It's a sampling Easter, and I only got the basket done.
Is there a button?
It didn't come with one.
Oh, we'll have to get one.
I think that one needs, that one has a rabbit inside.
That has a rabbit button?
Open it. There should be one inside.
Oh my gosh, it's a little rabbit charm.
You can show it. Bend it backwards and then put it up.
It's got a little rabbit charm.
So I just got a little start on it. I am missing one string color. I'm missing the 744 for this one.
I probably have that.
I didn't. I even went into my archive box and got most of them from there, so that was actually kind of fun. Thanks, Mona.
Yes, I printed out an episode or so ago.
You can stop holding that now.
The DMC log again to do a quick inventory because I am short some strings.
But, so, yeah, I started that, and that's, okay, so that's on 14 count white Ada, because that's what I had.
What do they call for?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think they called for anything.
Because I think sometimes that might affect how your charm looks.
Well, let's see here. It counts, model was stitched on 30 count.
Oh,
Weeks Dye Works, parchment, over 2.
Because that would be a 15, and you're on 14, so you're good.
I was pretty close.
Yep.
Because I think I did think 30, 28, 14, they're all the same.
Yeah.
Well, not really, but in my brain they are. And then the other one that I started was Spring ABCs, and it was also a Lizzy Kate one. And this one, I don't have the egg button, but I need an egg button.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I could use any button, but...
Yeah, you could.
And on this one, I'm missing this color 3687.
Maybe when she holds it up, it'll come into focus because our faces are in the way.
So I got
Wow, you got far
the
on
middle
that.
row of the alphabet and then half of the carrot. What do you think?
I love them.
They're just little guys.
But that's fun.
I thought this was center. Oh, the carrot comes off to the side. I'm like, I thought I centered it. I did, but the carrot gets wider.
Yeah.
And that's actually purple. It's a purple color.
It's hard to focus in on.
It's they're sharing a box.
Oh,
It's this color.
Okay.
37.40. It's purple. See, that both
you
of them.
can do them in week. They give you weeks dye works or the DMC conversion.
Yeah.
And you're doing the DMC conversion.
Both of them need this color though, so that's why they had to share a box.
Way cool.
A little box.
Fun starts.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a little bit done, not as much as I thought I would, but
this one took up a lot of time, and you did all those other non-stitching things.
And this one is on 14 count Aida in the color Ivory, and this one was supposed to be on 28 count Country French Latte Linen. So that one will be the same size. It'll have that same vibe, but the egg will be solid.
Way cool.
Or not the egg, the carrot will be solid orange. So I mean, I did that. So these, I think they're going to go really fast.
Yeah.
They'll be done by next one for sure.
Yeah. And then are you going to work a little bit on your 324?
I think so. I'm not sure yet.
What other things do you have started?
I have to finish my leprechaun. He'll be done too.
Oh, yeah.
I have one leprechaun left. Let me tell you, he was so sad and lonely just sitting in the bin because I was trying to do the egg.
Yeah.
I needed it done. But yeah, so I have a leprechaun and these two Easter ones, and then I'll do 324 again. Because that's my big one.
I want to give some considerable time to Moon Deer. If I could Moon Deer and Maggie May, that would be it for me. But I do want to do some other things. So.
I think my leprechauns and these ones will go faster because I stitch faster when I stitch in hand. Mm-hmm. And the egg was variegated and it was one X after another. It was exhausting. There was so many X's. You had to do them one at a time. Yeah. And, oh my God, it was torture.
Well,
so many X's. I like when you can do a row.
Yeah.
But with the 324, I have to use brain power for that one because they're little motifs. Mm-hmm. It's very Quakery. And those aren't like straight lines either. That's like you got to pay attention.
Well, and you and I are going to, now that I'm on the mend, still can't drive. Don't like that.
I can.
Yeah.
I'm good at it.
We need to go to a thrift store. Mm-hmm. And then we also need to get some things. We're doing a collaboration with our own selves.
A collaboration with our own selves?
I have stuff I want out of my head, and you're the one that's going to execute it. So we've got some things going on.
Yes.
So, otherwise, I don't think we've really got anything coming up. Stitch and BE, they do that the 2nd of every month, so I don't know if I'll be. You can't go.
I can't go in April.
You're going to a concert.
Yeah, I'm going north. Yeah. And I'm staying in Minnesota, but I'm going north to a casino up there. I don't even know how far. Is it west? I don't even know where that is.
What casino is it?
Hinckley.
Oh.
What direction is that?
Northwest-ish. It's on the way to Duluth.
I don't really know, but that's where I'm going, and we're going for a concert.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. I hope to just get back to life. I am so tired of surgeries. The people at the Minneapolis Heart Hospital couldn't have been more kind. Yeah. And I also would like to thank everybody who sent all their wishes. Catherine did a post update on Instagram. I hearted them all. I was apprehensive on commenting because I still don't understand Instagram too well, and I thought I just don't understand that, so maybe I need a lesson. But thank you.
Pretty straightforward.
Thank you so much for all of the well wishes. That was all truly felt. So hopefully now, once I get full use of my arms and I'm a little bit more mobile in my car.
Then you can garden.
Oh, gardening is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Dad and I went on an adventure. Did you know about that?
Yeah, yesterday. He said I took Catherine shopping, and I go, what did she need? We went to
Menards.
Yeah.
And apparently that's just like a Minnesota thing, like a Midwest thing. They don't have Menards everywhere in the world, like USA. Menards is like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, like a hardware.
Yeah.
They have lumber yards. We got T-fence posts. T-posts.
For our straw bale gardens that we are going to
I'm making an arch. I think you're getting an arch too.
I'm not sure what I'm getting. I still don't quite get, when they talk about it, oh yeah, they get it. And there are videos I could watch. He joined a club. Now, granted, he won't watch our video.
He does sometimes.
But he was on a Zoom for straw bales. I'm like, what's wrong with this? So I kind of get what I think the concept is, but which way the arch goes, I'm not sure which way.
Well,
I'm going to have to give up some real estate in my big flower yard garden, and I'm not sure where we're going to do it.
It'll be really cool.
And then he goes, what are you going to plant? And I'm like,
I have my list of vegetables. I vegetable garden.
Yeah.
I've been trying, and each year I get just a tad bit better. So I'm excited.
I've never I think we've had one tomato plant in a pot in the 45 years we've lived here. I know we're going to do cucumbers and tomatoes. And what I liked about the straw bale is you can put impatiens in the front. And so you can have blooming. So yeah, that's kind of
And that's really good because it attracts pollinators.
Yeah.
And they're important in the vegetable growing world.
I heard that you can get vegetables at the grocery store. But it's not the same. I'll tell you.
Gardening is a project.
Yeah.
It's a labor of love.
Yeah, it's a labor of something. So we're going to give it a go and see.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. It'll be fun, she says. So
I like when my vegetables grow.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten really good cucumbers and summer squash. And I did jalapenos that one year. And I had more jalapenos than I knew what to do. I wanted one. I wanted one jalapeno. And I had, I think, 70.
Yeah. Well, and Mona her tomatoes were amazing. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a canner. I don't want to produce any more than I can eat or cheerfully give away. So we just are having a smaller version of the straw bale. Maybe. Straw bale leganza.
Well, I made really good tomato soup from scratch the other day.
Awesome.
Well, it was scratch-ish. It was scratch adjacent.
Like a rub?
Yeah. Because I did use canned tomatoes, from the grocery store, but I used fresh thyme, fresh basil, and then anyway, moral of the story is that I want to make my own tomatoes to make the soup again.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
Stuff. Cool.
Anyway, ignore me.
Well, we are...
Catherine's losing it.
We are thankful that you joined us.
Yes, thank you for joining and tuning in and watching our movies.
Yes, and subscribe. And if you would be so kind to subscribe, if you have not subscribed, and tell your friends and family.
And if you don't have your notifications turned on, that's okay, because I don't either. But I do post significantly later in the evening, usually, when it does post on Instagram as a friendly reminder that the video's up. So if you like Instagram notifications, you'll find out. But if you want first-hand knowledge of when that video pops, ring your little bell for notifications.
Yep. So the next one will be in
2
weeks. Don't know the date.
I would tell you, but I dropped my phone earlier in the movie.
And we'll just see how much we can get done by then.
Yeah.
We're only 2 girls.
Yep. We got lots of life to live.
Yep. Oh, got the
We'll
clicker.
see what we'll do, and we'll come back with fun and exciting things to share with you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks for everything.
Have a great week.
Okay.
Couple weeks. See you soon.
Sounds good.
Soonish.
We'll see.
Are we done?
No.
Oh.
Bye.